welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Monday, yeah. So it's Medium Project Monday. We're going to be working on our 14-inch sunburst. That's how big the ring is. I've got the outside done. I think in one of the views you can see the top view and everything, and this is where we're at on our sun part so far. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Hopefully, I'm using the new camera set up over here. I don't have any background going, but it's just my work area, so lasers and all that. Let's see here. So everything looks like it's going good. So we're going to go ahead and get on into it, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go to the top view here and have the little cameras out there. Hopefully everything's coming through all right. I did have a little bit of an issue earlier today with the internet, so hopefully things keep up going well. We'll see. Go ahead and transition over to that. So, let's go ahead and move this big ring out of the way here. This is the other little one we started with, but it just ended up being too tight. So I started with another one, larger rings. I think it's going to work out better. We're going to start transitioning from our yellow to our gold, and then into some orange and reds once I get out to the spires of it and all that. So we'll just go ahead and get some of these out and start putting in another row here. Not going to use any expansions from the row before to this one. We did on that row, but this one we're not, so this one we're not either. Possibly on the next one, if we do, we're going to start using our expansions with gold, and then, you know, kind of have a little sprinkling of the gold in the yellow. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. Hope everybody had a good weekend. It was another just regular weekend here for what seems like all this year. Well, it has been all this year. Just, like I say, nothing bad, but just ready for it to be over. It's been... I had some plans on Saturday to get some stuff done and over in our other storage room, and I figured, you know, 3 or 4 hours I should be able to get it done, and I got into it, and I got in about 5 hours done over the weekend on it, and I'm still not even halfway done. Every time I'd go to get into something, it's like, oh man, I got to do this, to do that. And it was a constant 1 step forward, 2 step back all weekend. It was driving me nuts. Ready for it all to be done. I was hoping February was going to be better than January, but so far, same old, same old. Just pre-opening some of these, getting them all ready. Normally, you know, not all the time do I pre-open, but I'm not even sure how many I've got around this thing yet. I have to count it, because then I'm going to have to decide on how many spires or you know, whatever you want to call them. How many of those I'm going to want. We'll see how that works out. Alright. So, I hope everybody else's weekend went well. We're just going to continue to kick along, do all that. I will say on Wednesday, when we do Wednesday stream, it's going to be kind of we'll probably do a little something, I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to end up showing some video of the laser stuff, and a few little clips of this and that. I'm not exactly sure how long all that's going to take yet. I haven't finished all that video. Plus I got some more stuff I want to do tomorrow. Tomorrow's laser day, so I'll get some more stuff done on that, and we'll kind of see how much video we're going to end up having to show. I mean, I don't think it's all going to be that long. But I might end up pulling in the inlay and doing a little bit of inlay after we kind of go over some of the video and all that stuff. Haven't decided yet. Kind of depends on how tomorrow goes, how the night goes, how the next hour goes. Like I said, it's just been crazy. Nothing bad, but just a lot of nonsense kind of stuff that just, you know, Adds up, adds up, adds up. Been frustrating. I planned on this weekend. I figured, you know, I got that. I was hoping to get in about 5-6 hours on the inlay. I literally got in 35 minutes on the inlay this weekend. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. It's like never ending. Just getting stuff done. Hopefully my other camera's in view here. Yeah, alright. Hey Sean, how's it going? It's going pretty good, other than I'm here, I guess. Like I said, not bad, just constant nuisance stuff. I'm so ready for February now to be over with. Hope you're having a good weekend. You streaming tonight? Hopefully you're streaming tonight. Figure I'm going to kick back after the stream tonight. Just kind of veg for a little bit, because I need a little brain melt away from everything from today. You didn't get anything done this weekend either? Yeah. It's been just... I mean, I got stuff done, but I feel like I got nothing done. And if you look at what I did, it's like, well, nothing got done, but actually there was stuff that got done. Just doesn't feel like it, doesn't look like it. But I know there was stuff. Well, other than chainmail. Like I said, about 35 minutes this weekend, I was just like, once last night hit, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I did work on a few bracelets earlier today. Got those pushed out, but I needed to get those going, so I didn't have any time to get on the inlay today. And I thought about maybe later tonight, but like I said, I'm ready for this day just to end too. I will be. I have new cameras and lighting I want to play with. Sweet. Cool. It'll be good to see it. I need to get me a... I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to use the background yet or not, other than at playtimes. I got my big green screen background, but it is... it is, what is it? 12 foot by 15 foot. It's huge. It's made so you can drape it around and across the floor and all that. And it does good for that, but for this setup, it's too big. And I'm like, well, I don't know. That's why I was wanting to do one of your tapestries. By the way, that's Sean from Mail Works. I talk about him quite often during my streams, so I'll put in a link when we get done here. He'll be streaming tonight. He starts at 9 p.m. my time, Central Time. I think it might be 8 for him. I'm not sure. Not sure what time it is where you're from. Maybe it is 9. I have a new green screen as well, but that's not set up yet. Yeah, I played with it, and but that was before I moved my cameras. I finally got my other camera set up here today. I still want to replace this camera up here. So I can have more, something I can zoom in, zoom out and stuff on it, and that I don't have any, this one can't do that, so it's just kind of a standard webcam. But my other one, my top camera, and my other one over here, they're, you know, nice cameras. I use a HDMI converter to go to the computer for those, so 9 p.m. Central Time, so yeah. I wasn't sure if you were out in a different time zone or not. I know it was 9 my time anyway. That's where I always get confused. I always have to make sure, you know, when I was younger, everything was just your time. You know, it wasn't anywhere else. But now, with the internet, you got to think about where you're at. You know, I've talked with people over in Australia, and you know, it might be midnight my time. It's like 7 in the morning their time. Kind of weird, but. Yeah, everything seems to be going good. I don't have any reds or oranges going on, so hopefully the stream's going well enough. I don't know how much bigger I want to make this around yet. Like I said, the other version I've done of this, I've done it in the Japanese weave, so it's more open and more spread out. I'm going to use a lot more rings on this one than I did my last one. just because it's so much tighter. And I'm hoping I'm going to like it. I'm not sure. You know, I keep debating every time I come into it. Do I want to do it this way? Do I want to do it that way? I had someone from Australia hanging out the other day. Yeah. Yeah, I've got an old crunching friend of mine, Red from down there in Australia, and we used to talk all the time, chat all the time. He was on our crunching team. Then we had another one from England, so, you know, everybody was on different times. It was kind of weird. Took me some, well, I mean, I've been on that crunching team for about 12 years now. It took me several years to get used to learning the time differences. The camera up here? Yeah, it's good enough for now. Thought maybe I should zoom it in a little bit more, but and hopefully tomorrow I'll go good with laser day. I've got 2 small laser orders to take care of, so overall should be a fairly quick laser day, other than I've still got a lot of trial error. Which does remind me, Sean, if you're still here, you need to get your logo. I got a few things I was wanting to show you and test on, and I was like, oh, I need his logo, because I want to try to do the shading. That's the next step I want to test, and I was like, well, you've got the perfect logo for me to test some stainless steel shading, since you kind of have a gray and black in your logo. Everything I tried to grab, though, just I can't get a good enough quality to start with logo. So, alright, so that's a bit bigger there. Let's put the big ring over it. Because I've been debating, do I want to put it center? And I just don't like the, I mean, a lot of people do center out stuff where it's all, in my last one I kind of had the sun more up here, and my first 2 little spires were real short. Kind of wondering if I'm going to go from the top this time, go with one here, and then out, and one big one going straight down. I'm unsure yet. How big are we here right now? We're about 4 inches, which was the size of the last one. It was 4 inches. I can probably send it tomorrow. Larger the better. Doesn't matter necessarily what size. I would say anything over, if you're going millimeter wise, be good to start with anything probably at about 100 millimeters or bigger. You know, 4 or 5 inches. I'm trying to think here, because it will definitely be smaller than that, but if it's the larger I start with, and when I shrink it down, it's going to be a lot better that way, once I change it into an SVG and all that. So I'll send you a message here later tonight when we get done too. So yeah, my last one was 4 inches because I used a 4-inch ring that I was doing all that on. I don't know if I still have. Yeah, I think it's still in my system. This is the, let me transition over to this. This was the last one I did. You can see it's kind of a Japanese weave. I used a 4-inch ring as my center and then kind of went from there on it. We're going to kind of go similar. I'm going to try to tweak the colors into it a little bit more as we work down into them. So, oh yeah, I forgot I got transition back over if I want to show you what I was pointing out. So, I'm trying to decide now. Let me do a count here real quick. Where's my... Oh yeah, I haven't found those stupid clasps yet. I'll just pull another one out. Now I'll have to remember where I'm at. I know where I started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got 36 on it now. I guess if I go another one with one expansion, because I probably don't know if I want to go ahead and do another expansion on this row or keep it as it is. You like that one? Yeah, I did that. It was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. That one's actually a somebody in England bought. And so I've been wanting to redo another one for a while now. Not exactly the same, but something similar, so that's why I decided to go this route. Okay, let's see. I don't know. I know I'm going to want to get to at least 5 inches probably before I start working on the burst part, I guess, if you want to call it that, spires, whatever. I guess if I go every other... let's see here. Let me try. If I go... I do think I want to go ahead and start getting into the gold, so I can start getting a good transition going to color. Probably don't need to add in another. I think there's plenty enough room there. Let me see here. It's got decent tightness, a little bit of stretch, but not a lot. So yeah, let's go ahead and we're just going to go ahead and do the next row in gold here. Go with that. If I don't like it, we can take it apart, right? But one of the great things about chainmail. That's what will happen to this one eventually. I don't know. I'm kind of debating on leaving it there because I have had another idea to use that with, but I'm just not sure if it's going to work, so I don't know yet. We'll see. Play around, and, you know, that's normal chainmail. Play around with it until you find something you like. Oh. I got a YouTube spammer. I hate those YouTube spammers. Alright, so we'll go back and work it this way. So, yeah, what else have we got going on here? Got some work to do on the car. It's leaking again on the radiator system. We just had the radiator replaced not too long ago. No idea what in the world's going on with it. Gonna have to get it looked at again. Every few days I've got to fill it back up. Other than that, it's been a decent van for a while, but oh man, here lately it's been driving me nuts. I'm like, should we just get another car? But right now it works well going to events with a trailer and everything. It's like, man, if we go to something else, I mean, it is what it is, but hopefully it's something simple. We'll see. Not looking forward to that bill. And yeah, I'm hoping to... I've got 4 videos so far. I need to cut down still, but from some of the laser work I did last Friday. I haven't messed with any of the video of that yet. But yeah, if I can, I'm going to do some more tomorrow and get all that and put it together for Wednesday. And then, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to work on another bracelet, another keychain, or might just end up pulling out the inlay and just give it a little bit, depending on how much video I have and how much other chatting we do. Car trouble sucks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was given this problem a few months back and was overheating all the time. It's not overheating, but it's definitely leaking out. I just got to keep filling up the reservoir every few days. I can't see it anywhere. I've looked. I don't see it leaking per se, but somewhere it's coming out. Just don't know where. So I'm probably going to have it looked at because I've pretty much exhausted what I can do. I'm not a huge... I like working on cars, but I like working on older cars. Back when I was growing up, we always worked on... we had a 56 Ford truck we rebuilt. We had a old Mercedes we rebuilt. We just worked on a bunch of older cars when I was growing up. My stepdad was into cars and working up and rebuilding. So, and then we did some VWs and stuff that were newer, but again, those were pretty simple things. Nowadays, with all these electronics in the cars and stuff, you know, I had myself a '66 Mustang, and it was easy enough to work on, but these new cars, just, you got to have a computer almost anymore to figure out what's going on. Well, since they have computers in them, we did have to replace part of our computer board in this thing 2 years ago. And then a couple of the modules, and, you know, not just fuses like the old days. I miss that. Windshield wiper's not working? Fuse it. Nowadays, I think we had 2 modules for our windshield wipers in this van. One for the delayed part and one just to make it work. I was like, what? Stopped working on cars, a big part of them. Once the computers become a big part of them, oh yeah. They're just almost too hard to work on anymore. So I'd like to get another older car. If I had a place to work on one, I'd probably enjoy that. But because I had fun as a kid doing that, you know, up till I got old enough to move out and do my own thing. It was fun working on cars, but then, you know, at the time, you started getting newer cars and, you know, started having kids, so minivans came in, and it's like, oh, it's just so much more difficult to get into them. Just to, even on we've had minivans for many years now, and even just changing spark plugs on a minivan sucks. The engine compartment's so small. You know, I missed that old Mustang I had. You could just crawl inside the engine compartment with the engine and do the work, you know, and now there's no room to get into it. The engines are all so packed in there with all the extra crap on them. Just drive me bonkers. But I wouldn't mind having an older car to finally work on. I know my son, we've been talking for years. He'd like to get an older car that we could work on, but there's just really no place to. He's got the funds to kind of do it. We just don't have the place to do it. It's one reason we keep looking at a garage, but every time we start getting plans to finally do that, we gotta spend part of the money on this or that, you know. This last ordeal with the cat was not cheap. Vet bills are crazy. But who knows, I'm just kind of, like everything, just push through, keep going, do what we can do. It's about all you can do in life. I had the dogs next door going nuts. I'm glad they quieted down. I don't know, up for about an hour before the stream, they were just going nuts for the hour. I kept going out there to see if they like to bark at other animals, and we have possums that run around out here, and a few raccoons, and there was no other animals. They were just barking at the sky. It's like, come on, guys, chill it out. Check them out. There's not see anything over there. So, well, I didn't measure how big it was on that last round. I'll have to do it this time. And I should move this big ring out of the way. My arm keeps hitting it. Well, we kind of warmed back up a little bit. I think we were about mid-40s today, which was kind of nice. I mean, we're normally in the mid-30s, which would have been fine too, but yeah, I'm probably glad I didn't have an expansion on that row. And then it's going to be warming up here soon enough. And, you know, March is normally when we start getting everything a little more busy. Band stuff starts picking back up. They got concerts and pre-contest stuff. Their trip. I'm unsure if I'm going to make that trip yet or not. With all the rules they have, I'm like, I don't want to get into Chicago and can't go anywhere because I don't have all the proper paperwork. So I'm debating on what's going to go on with that. We still got some months before that happens. That's not going to be till June, first weekend of June, I believe. So it's still a little whiles out. Maybe some things can change. Gotta go get to bed. I'll talk to you later. All right, Sean. Good to see you. Glad to have you drop in. I'm sure I'll see you on your stream here in a little bit. Take it easy. But yeah, the band stuff picks up, and then I got a good chunk of video pretty much ready to go. I need to start compiling it into DVD form, so because I'll have 2 DVDs for the kids, one for the marching season, one for concert season. So March is another time when I start really getting into that too. So a lot of stuff coming up. I'm just hoping, March goes better than February and January. I'm hoping February will start cleaning itself up here. Oh, did I miss one on that row before? I must have. Oh, I was finishing up that row. Alright, now that row's done. And we're at 9, about 4.5 compared. Yeah, I definitely want to probably go bigger. So maybe I should go ahead and put in, I don't want to double it up, maybe every other one an expansion ring. Because if I had 36, it'll add 18. That's half. If I go every other one. Yeah, let's probably do that. And I think I'm going to use yellow for that. I got this here. I think one yellow is my expansion, so there's a little bit of bleed in from those. Let me go ahead and move that up out of the way here. Alright, let me grab some of these. Uh-oh. It says I'm going, but my video is locked up on my laptop. Looks like it's still going fine over on the YouTube and Twitchy. Just the Facebook side. Huh. Well, hopefully it's gonna keep working. Well, I'm gonna keep going. I see it that it's working alright over there on YouTube and Twitch. It could be fine on Facebook. It's just not showing me. It's locked up. I mean, my laptop's not locked up though. I'm still getting my music going through it and everything, so it's just not showing video. I'm all in the green over there. So I'm gonna just continue. Hopefully it'll either fix itself. Well, no, because then I might miss messages. Let me see if I can do a refresh here and see if that'll help. See if it's still locked up or not. Well, but now I don't see. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Oh, what in the world happened? It was going fine, now. Okay, there we go. Moving. Looks like it's going. Alright, hopefully messages will pop up and not give me any kind of issues. Alright, so we're going to go through and do every other for an expansion on this one. So we'll skip that one, go to this one. Oh, now I can hear myself. Oh, I gotta mute it. I refreshed it, but now the audio is there. Hopefully we didn't get too bad of feedback on the stream. I guess we'll see. Though I haven't watched a whole lot of my streams back again here lately. I used to watch them quite often just to make sure everything was going good. Skip. But I just hadn't really had the time here lately to kick back and be able to do that. Skip. skip to this one. Kind of hoping to do the same thing when I get to the little spirits, the sprites, the arms, the burst, whatever you want to call it, to mix the colors. My other one I kind of just went color and then just changed color. This time I'm going to try to put a little V into it and try to get a little mixture of the colors into it. I think it'd be easier to do it in this weave, in a European style weave, than it was in the Japanese style weave. Skip, go to this one, and then we'll come back and put in one more row of orange or gold, and then I'll see where we're at and see if I want to start adding any orange in yet. I don't want to go, I think I want to get a little more gold out into the spires before I start getting into the orange, because then the reds will be more on the tip. 1, 2, we'll see how it goes. Making quick looks around. Just the normal spammer over on the YouTube side. Where are we at in time-wise anyway? Half hour in, so we'll get at least another half an hour in. And then kind of see where we're at from there. Definitely want to wrap up before 9 o'clock and head over to Sean's stream over at Mailworks. If I'd see him stop in tonight, say hey. It's gonna be good to see his new setup too. I'm kind of, I'm glad I changed my setup on my cameras. I want to do a little bit more, but I've played with it the last 3 or 4 weeks trying to get it to, you know, this is the best so far, I think, that I've gotten to, that I like so far, but there's still some things I would like to change up and try. 1, 2. So basically, if I'm going every other one, I'm only putting in 18 more, so 18, 36. I can't do math while I'm counting. I only have a one core processor. My brain doesn't have two cores to work with. It can't do multiple things at once. Walking and talking is difficult for me. 2. This drawer. Oops. Yeah, moving my desk where it is now, I have my drawers seem to want to pop open on me. Because, you know, it's a basement, so there is a slight lean everywhere. Where it was before, it was a sideways lean. Now it's more of a front to back lean. So I think I might have to do something to raise up the front of my table here about 1/4 of an inch. I think would stop my drawer from popping out. I kind of pop into a place, but not fully lock in. Well, and then with my legs under it, if my leg just barely taps it, it pops it out of its little joint area. 1, 2. Okay, so that's all with the expansions. You can kind of see them poking out there, but nothing really just hiding in there. And this still should be the, if I do a full, try to really stretch it, then if I pull it that way, so we're about 4.5, right around that. So I'm gonna go back and do our gold on this row. I don't know, let me see here. Because if I do pull that out with some stretch with the spires, it's going to enlarge it, but I think it's still got to go bigger. The last ring was 12 inches, this one's 14, so I definitely got to go a bit bigger. Let's go ahead and we'll put in that one, the next row, and see how it looks. But yeah, here's my crazy, ungodly lobster clasp. I bought these by accident and misread the size on them. This was probably 7 years ago. I got them and I just started laughing, so I call them my comically large lobster clasps. I mean, they're literally they're over 3/4 inch long. They're just, these are 5/16 inch rings, and you can see that they're pretty much the same size. Really couldn't, I mean, I have used them a little bit. I use them on my wife's skirt that I made her, belt style that holds it together. I've ended up using these there. I have used them a few times, but in most pieces they're just too ungodly big. I hope I got some more gold. I should have enough of this, but I should have another couple more bags of gold sitting over there on the rack. More than likely. Don't know why I wouldn't. I normally have at least one bag of every size, of every color as a backup. Whenever I do my orders, I go through and check all my stock on my, I don't know, I guess you kind of see it in the camera. Which way? Here. No, it's over here. Yeah. There's a rack back over there. Right now it's on the rubber side, it's facing me, the metal's on the other side. My aluminum. It's a movable rack. That was one of the other things I rebuilt. I had a 3-sided rack. I ended up using the same 3, but made it into an H style, and it ended up giving me more room. It takes up about the same amount of floor space, but I've actually probably got at least half as much more space. Because instead of having just 3 solid sides, now I got 1 solid side on each end, and the middle one where I got both sides. So it kind of doubled up 1 extra. But then I can actually use part of the back of the H's too. Not all of it, but it's where I'm putting my scales there now. That was the other thing. I spent 3 hours going through everything I have, looking for my heart tags. I've got at least 800, 900 heart tags. I think I've got, I had got 100 of each color. I haven't used much. And when I was reorganizing all my, like my clasp box and all that, because I used to have a bunch of little ones, and so I got the larger ones. I've been putting them in there. Let me see if I can. I got these little storage boxes now, and see, this one's all my. Am I going to be in view of the camera? Probably not. This one is nothing but clasps. I've got large clasps, smaller clasps, colored clasps, locking style, just a variety of clasps. And, and my other one is my chain. My chains and stuff. It's got earrings, neck chain, ball chains, things like that. And then I have my other box that's got all my tags. And all my laser etched tags, regular tags that aren't laser etched yet. And I did run out of room in it. I was trying to put everything in there, and I just didn't have room for the hearts. I got, my guitar shaped ones, all my round ones, and everything in there. But my heart ones wouldn't fit. And I'm not sure what I did with them. They are not in my chainmail supplies right now. Because I literally pulled everything out, looked through every box I had, and I cannot find them anywhere. I thought I had them in a box because I need to get another one of those storage totes like I just showed. Because I'm using 2 of my older, smaller cases like that for my nuts and washers that I use for some wallet chains. And I could have swore that's where I'd put them because that's the box I need to still organize. And so I figured that's where the hearts were. And so I went looking for the hearts, and they're just not anywhere. I have no idea what I have done with them. The only thing I can think of is I did take a box over into the other side of the basement. But I looked through it. But I will say that's where I put my background. And like I said, there's a huge background, so it's kind of in a big box. And I haven't fully pulled out the background and fully looked through that box. It's the only thing I didn't do. But I didn't think I would have done that, so that's one thing I still got to go check out and see. But other than that, I'm not sure where they went. I was wanting to do some laser etching to some heart tags over the weekend for Valentine's Day, and yeah, that ain't happening. And I can't order more, and they won't get here in time. I found all that I have probably 15, 20 laser etched ones, and they're in my laser etch box. But the plain ones that I haven't etched yet, you know, they just, I don't know, got up and walked away or something. I'm unsure. I know I'll probably eventually end up ordering more, and then I'll get them, and I'll find them. That's how it ends up being all the time, right? They can't find it, you get replace it, and then poof, there they are. Which I wouldn't complain too much because, you know, I can always use them, but just an annoyance. One of those things, like I said, just been the annoying January and February so far. Just nothing super bad, just annoyances that add up and multiply. And if you're just joining us now, if you go back in the video, you can kind of see the other starburst or sunburst that I'd done a while back. I pulled up a picture of it and showed it. It was sold years ago now. Like I said, it's over in England. Had a gentleman over there that just loved it and had to have it, so spent a little bit on shipping to get it there for him, but he got it, so. And that's why I've been wanting to do another one. Change it up a little bit. And I'm hoping I don't need to go get my gold rings yet. Going through them quicker than I thought I would. Oh, another. Man, I need to figure out how to more easily be able to control my YouTube side. It seems like I'm getting more and more spammers on my YouTube side. Harder to block them during the stream, it seems like. But I need to go fix. I need to fix this one real quick because this one looks like it's an actual link going to crap. Normally fix them after the stream, but I don't like. Let's see here. Oops, where'd it go? Looks like it's going to a site that doesn't need to be there. Alright, those are gone. Yeah, I don't want to have those sitting around there. Like I said, I normally clean up any crap messages after the stream, but drives me nuts. The only thing I hate about online and internet stuff is just the way everybody can, you know, they've got all these spammers out there that just, you know, who actually follows link from spammer? I mean, what's obviously people do, or they wouldn't still do it. So there's got to be people out there that follow links to go and do all this stuff, but unless, you know, I just imagine there's got to be people that do it, or they wouldn't continue to spam you and try to get you to do this and that. I don't know. I never do, so, you know, I'm not going to go to some weird thing that, go to my website, but, you know, I go to a lot of other people's websites, but not, you know, just spammed out there. If somebody, you're talking to me and you want to add a link to something you're doing, that's a different story. You know, if you're a legit person, but if you just come in, drop a message, and leave without chatting or anything, I know you're just spamming, so I'm not going to go click on it. And let's see here. Basically, this would be about the same thing you would do if you were building a a dice bag. You kind of use the same technique here, and slowly adding expansions. You build your base up, and then once you get to a certain point, then you just use the same size ring and work your sides up. So it's about the same technique you would do for a dice bag. I don't know. This is actually, with it being, it is fairly tight. I mean, most of the time I use round wire rings for that, so that kind of changes up your gappages compared to square. Because I believe this would have worked fine if I would have used round rings. It wouldn't have definitely been as tight as it is. Because I've done similar, and when I started doing this and it kept tightening up, I was like, no, it's just because of square rings. If I would have used round, it would have been fine. So, it looks again. Everything looks good. Sweet. I will say I did finally get the PlayStation turned back on yesterday for just a short bit. Never did play any games or anything, but I let it spend its time updating, I guess. I haven't joined in on team events for a racing team on it. About 2 months now. So I finally, last night, there was a team event going on last night. And turned it on, was going to get in there and just watch because I hadn't practiced in a while. I was like, I don't want to jump in a team event and drive like crap, so I was just going to get in there and watch, but it needed so many updates. I just turned it on, let it go through and get all the updates it needed to do, and I figure, you know, maybe this next Sunday I can try to get into another team event. It's been a while, but I need to get some practice in, make sure make sure I remember how to drive. It shouldn't be that bad, but, you know, kind of lose a little bit of the nuances once you're not doing it for a while. I still got to hook up the wheel, though. I still don't even have... You know, I'm not going to run after it right this second. Kind of just lose a little bit of that when you're not doing it all the time, constantly. Practice, like everything. Practice makes perfect. Well, practice just makes you better, I guess. I wouldn't say perfect. Never perfect. I always kind of hated that saying in a way, because it's like, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes better, but is anything ever really perfect? I have a hard time, especially my own stuff. I'll make something, I'm like, it's good, but it's not perfect. You know, the wife will look at it, and kids will look at it going, oh, this is awesome. You did a great job all along. It's like, yeah, I know I could have done better, though. And they're like, with what? Oh, this or that. And it's like, you're crazy. Shut up. I'm like, well, that's just how I am. And that's why I've always kind of hated that saying. Practice makes better. Practice doesn't make perfect. So this was, what did I say? Now I don't have to count. 36 and 18. 54? Yeah, there we go. See? One core brain. Looking at the wrong area. So this is taking up about 56 rings on the outside, and I think it's going to get, this will probably, might be. I need to, then I'm going to figure it out. 56. If I go into, yeah, I'm going to have to try some math on paper so I can try to figure out how many sprites, spires, burst things I want to have on this. See if I can get with as many 56, how I can split that up in a decent amount. Because I think, actually I can still see that picture. 3, I had 7 on the last one that I did. I think that's how it worked out because of the math. I made each end starting, actually I had a little smaller on the top side. Come on, drawer. I don't know. I might have to play around with some math here later after the stream. They are awesome math. That's the wife. If you couldn't tell by last name, But I mean, I guess Smith is kind of a generic last name, so I've run into many Smiths that I'm not related to. Man, I might have to go get those other rings. I think I was gonna, 30 to 50 per row though, and I mean, yeah, that ring's broken. It felt bad as soon as I started closing it. It's like, that ain't gonna work. So yeah, that's probably gonna be more of the size I'm looking for to go off of. If I put it, because I'm thinking if this is my top, I don't know if this is showing up on the screen or not yet. If this is my top and I want to kind of offset it over to this side. I guess the last one was more centered and then down, but since it was 7, one of the spires kind of went off crooked. But I think I want to have this one more up on one side and have it kind of shoot across. Is what I'm hoping for and what I'm looking to do. If that'll work, we'll see. Alright, let's get back into getting these going. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go get the other bag before, well, maybe not during stream, but I have to pull them out and get them cleaned after the stream and just get them ready. That's why I always clean up all my rings when I open them up, because most of the time they come out okay, depending on the manufacturer. Some pre-clean before they ship them out, some don't. Some that, even the ones that, the companies that don't do it, sometimes they come, they're still pretty decent. But I've kind of gotten into the habit anymore. Just anytime I open a new bag, it's just clean them all up, let them dry, get them prepared. I always try to plan that out in advance. Got a few projects here and there I had to stop to get a cleaning done. Because, you know, clean them up, dry them up, that's about a 2-hour ordeal. And it's quick to get them cleaned up. It's about 10 minutes to get them all cleaned up and stuff, but then I give them a couple hours to dry out and all that. Don't want to work with wet rings. Oh man, I wonder what I was using that ring for. I really opened the booger out of that one. I don't even think I'm going to try to use that one again. It's way, way open. Sometimes though you have to open them up real big depending on what you're working on. I must have been working on something that needed to have a huge opening. I don't know what that would have been, because most of the time that was a big open one. Unsure what I would have been using it for. Alright, well, we're about done on this side. Okay, alright. Thought it was going to be a little more off, give me a little more problem than that. So we got a few more here to finish up. And kind of see where we're at size-wise. Go from there. It's either this one's going to be the last row of this before we start adding in the sprites, or flip over. Yeah. Or we might just go with it from here. I'm not sure yet. It's already bigger than the last one, but overall the whole thing's going to be bigger, so alright. Yeah, I don't know if the camera really picks up the nuances of the coloring. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. Ooh, I guess you can kind of see the different colors, the yellow into the gold here. A little hard, but zoomed in it helps a little bit. And then we're going to go, like I said, into some orange eventually. Alright. Yeah, I'm looking at the video since a little... Yeah, I can kind of see it a little bit. And how big are we here? 9. So, try to give it a good pull each way. That's going to... Hey, buzzard. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14, so we're probably just barely over 5. Let's see here. If I do it up here, I'm going to have to, I want to offset, because I don't want my spires to be super long over here, but I want to have a decent gappage. So if I was to, yeah, let's see here too, 56. If I go, if I go 7 again, maybe. So it'd be start about that wide, come out to there. Just imagining in my brain here. Sorry. Debating. I just don't know if I want to go one bigger or not. Because this will pull out a little bit, but not a lot. I mean, it's flexible here, but once I start pulling the edges, it's not going to pull. I mean, it can stretch wildly one way, but then it becomes oval shaped. So once I pull the other sides out, it pulls these back in. So, I don't know. Look at my other picture. My neighbor's a pretty big. Yeah. Maybe I should stay with this size. If I go one bigger, though, it's only going to make it about ½ inch bigger. Not even quite a ½ inch bigger. And that would actually help with pulling it apart, because I definitely have room where I could put in another one without expansions on this. Yeah, maybe I should. I guess if I don't like it, like I said, I can always take it apart, try it a different way. Like I said, it's getting pretty big. This is an 8.5 by 11, so I can kind of give you a judge there. Oh man, I'm still debating. It looks so much different in my head without the ring around it. Because if I offset to there, my closest point is where I want to have the first gap. So everything else would come out from there. Further out, the longer the spire. It's always the hardest part when you're doing something that's new and nobody's really done before per se, trying to figure out how you want to do that part. Do I have my... I've got this one. There's my inside here. From there, from the furthest point, it's only going to be about 5 inches. I'm looking over at my other picture of the other one. 5 inches isn't very long, actually. So yeah, maybe I should stick where I'm at. Maybe this is the size I should go with. And then we'll start working on adding the spires. You think one more? I don't know. Because you're going to almost have another row. Because on the next row I work on each spire will actually be basically another row. There's only going to be one ring missing between that row. From these to here, there's, after that there's going to be multiple, and that's where you start getting your shape coming out from it. And that's what I'm afraid of. If I add another row, that's just going to mean it's going to actually be 2 rows by the time I start adding on the spires. So, where are we at here? We're at 8:30, so we are at our hour. Now, this will give me some more time to think about it, I guess, and pull out my notebook and do some quick math. See how many spires I can split it into. Because if I can't get a good even amount, I might go through it. Might need to add on another row with a few expansions to get to a certain number count that I want. So yeah, I think that's what we're probably going to have to do here. I don't want to transition back into that one. Duh. I need that cam. Alright. So, I think we're going to go ahead and call it quits for tonight. That's what we got done so far. Added on several rows tonight. Want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. If you like everything and all that, give it a like, share, give them thumbs up, all that stuff. Get more people to join in here. I want to do some more giveaways eventually, so if you know somebody that wants to, come in and join us, watch, give them a like, share, all that good stuff. You can find us over on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. If you ever have any questions about anything I'm working on, or just chainmail questions in general, send them along to me. I'll help you out if I can. If not, I know other chainmailers that are a little bit better in some aspects than I am in certain areas. So, and most of them are really great to talk with and learn from. So, and if you're not a chainmailer, you're just here watching, that's all good too. I do want to thank everybody that has made purchases and seen us at events over the last year. Starting into a new year, hopefully things will pick up here soon and all that. So, otherwise, today is Monday, so we will be back on Wednesday. Like I said, Wednesday we're going to do some videos that I'm going to make tomorrow, or at least finish up editing and stuff. We'll show a little bit of those on Wednesday, and not sure what we'll work on yet, but it is small project night, so could be something small and tiny, or we might just pull out the inlay that we're going to work on Thursday. So, otherwise, hope you all had a good time. Hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you all on Wednesday. Peace.